He married her for her money. Then everything changed. David was a handsome young man who had never experienced real wealth. Then he met Amara, a beautiful and successful businesswoman who owned several shops and drove expensive cars. David didn't just fall in love with Amara. He fell in love with her lifestyle. He told his friend, "I have finally found the woman who will change my life." His closest friend warned him, "Make sure you love the woman, not her money." But David laughed. "Love doesn't pay bills," he said. Soon, David and Amara got married. During their wedding, David treated Amara like a queen. He opened doors for her, brought her flowers, and constantly told her, "Baby, I will love you forever." Everyone thought they were deeply in love, but only David knew the real reason he wanted that marriage. After the wedding, David stopped worrying about money. Amara paid the rent. She bought their car. She even helped David start a small business. Whenever people asked how they were doing, David proudly said, "My wife takes very good care of me." But he never said, "I take good care of my wife." For a while, they lived a beautiful and a comfortable life until one day, everything changed. Amara's business suffered a devastating loss. A major deal collapsed, then another one failed. Within months, she lost most of her money. The expensive cars were gone. The big house was sold. The luxurious lifestyle disappeared. One evening, Amara came home crying. "David, I think I have lost everything." David looked at her and asked, "So what exactly do you still have?" Amara looked at him through her tears. "I have you." David said nothing. The next morning, he became a completely different man. He stopped calling her baby. He complained about everything. "You can't even provide for this family anymore." Amara was shocked. "But David, when you had nothing, I never complained." David looked at her coldly and said, "That was when you had money." Those words broke her heart. David began staying out late. He stopped helping with the bills. Whenever Amara asked him for support, he became angry. Then one night, David packed his clothes. Amara stood at the door crying. "Why are you going?" David didn't even look back. "I am not going to spend the rest of my life struggling with you." And he walked away. Amara cried for days. She felt betrayed, abandoned, and completely broken. But eventually, she wiped her tears. She decided that losing her money would not mean losing herself. She started again with one small shop. Every morning, she opened it before sunrise. She worked. She learned. She failed. She tried again. Slowly, customers returned. Her little business became successful, then bigger and bigger. Years later, Amara had rebuilt almost everything she had lost. But this time, she had something she had never before. Wisdom. One afternoon, a familiar face walked into her office. It was David. He looked older. He looked tired. And he all looked ashamed. "Amara," he said, "I have made a terrible mistake. Amara looked at him quietly. David continued. Can you forgive me? Amara smiled sadly. I forgive you a long time ago. David's face brightened. But then she continued. Forgiveness doesn't mean I have to give you another place in my life. David began to cry. I thought I loved you, he said. Amara looked into his eyes and replied, No, David, you love what I could give you. When I had money, you stayed. When I had nothing, you walked away. David had no answer. Amara continued. When I lost my money, you thought I had lost my value, but I only lost my wealth. You lost a woman who truly loved you. David finally understood what he had done. But sometimes, realizing someone's value comes after you have already lost them. Amara watched him walk away. She didn't hate him. She didn't curse him. She simply chose herself. And she learned a lesson she would never forget. Never marry someone because of what they have. Money can disappear. Beauty can fade. Businesses can fail. People can lose everything they once had. But when life becomes difficult, true love stays and fights beside you. The right person doesn't love you because of what you can provide. They love you for who you are. So don't choose a partner because of their money, cars, beauty, family name, or social status. Choose someone who will hold your hand when life becomes difficult. Someone who will stand beside you when everything falls apart. Someone who will believe in you when nobody else does. Because the person who loves you when you have nothing is worth more than the person who only stays when you have anything. When you have everything. Love wisely, choose wisely, and never let money become the reason you give your heart to the wrong person. For your emotional story, subscribe, follow, like, comment, and share. Bye-bye.